Maybe that's why we're seeing language now that we didn't see last time.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because we're looking at two different ordinances. Well,
We need to keep going back.
to move this thing forward, the will of the council to send this back to the land use board, let them discuss it, and the questions that Alan just brought up, the land use board can address that. Am I correct there?
What's our concern with the brewery moving in with the current ordinance, or are they waiting for us to amend the ordinance to allow that particular type of function to exist in that zone? I thought it was a later, but we're just saying, it's allowed now, go ahead and open the brewery. It wasn't an issue of the size, so.
Right.
Moment.
Because the amendment to allow the brewery is just a simple one line.
Right.
Let's
allow
amend it.
It's got nothing to do with square footage.
I would
So we
say
can amend it.
amend it and
according
just
to-
decide to say, figure out what you want to do for footage, and we'll address it at a later time.
Because it's on for first reading
Before
coming
sure.
up relatively soon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, the council member that brought it up, had all that, he's not here. So, as far as I was concerned, this thing was just to do exactly what you just said, put language in to allow the microbrewery to be there, and then cut and dry. But there was, I think what we were supposed to discuss tonight was possibly putting other amendments in or correcting what appeared to be inconsistencies and do it in one shot, under one document, under one amendment. And I think that was really what the intent of tonight was with regard to this particular ordinance, was to try to do some cleanup work since we've got the book open, so to speak.
If that's what we're supposed to do, we should have the planners here, and if you're going to list of everything that had to be changed.
Well, the guy that was pushing it really, without him being here, then, that's, so, as far as this council at this particular time, we are just looking for this ordinance to go forward with a correction or amendment to allow the Village Idiot microbrewery in there, and square footages and issues like that, we would need to have the professionals from the planning, from the land use board, spell out exactly what discrepancies, there exist, what we need to do, if it falls under our purview to do it, and then we'll work on that. But we need this ordinance to move forward, and the intent of this ordinance is simply to allow the microbrewery.
So we put on for second reading and we have enough time to do that for next Monday's meeting?
For the 9th?
We're reading first on this already.
No. What's today?
Today's Tuesday, that's 6 days away.
Yeah, no.
It'll be the second.
It have to be September 25th.
Like 10 days published,
Right,
so.
So we'll have the
No
second.
reading? Yeah.
So we'll have the second reading on this then on
September 23rd.
23rd. And that's after the land use board. So the land use board will be able to talk about it again or whatever, but without having the councilman that raised the issues here, there really isn't much more we can talk about with that. As far as the public is concerned, does anyone want to speak on this ordinance to allow the microbrewery amendment to go forward? My left, your right, and my right, your left. This side. I'm beat.
Right side, left side.
I just got off anyway, like 20 minutes ago. Okay, over on this side.
Yeah, I got a question. You mentioned, Rich, something about the Millrace Village ordinance.
Yes.
You were reading from it?
I was just reading the ordinance.
Yeah, so all I'm concerned about is if you're working on an amendment that might come back to change, is it the Millrace Village ordinance that would be changed?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
That's what the confusion is.
Sorry.
So that's that. Rocky, I believe that Millrace ordinance is included in this packet in regards to the tattoo parlors in conjunction with the actual township ordinance that's prohibiting the tattoo parlors in conjunction with the language in the Millrace ordinance.
Okay. Thanks.
That we will be talking about. The next piece of the ordinance discussion. Let's discuss this change to allow tattoo parlors. That's the only change we would be looking to do as far as an amendment to our ordinances. Both the ordinance that covers the Millrace Village and the ordinance that covers the entire township. Is that correct? That's what we're looking to discuss? Alright, so tattoo parlors and these are right now prohibited use, and everyone knows now, how mainstream tattoo parlors have become. So why not have a discussion about removing that prohibition? So let's discuss that. What do you guys want to talk about as far as this goes?
We're just a little orthodox, but would you mind if we ask the public what their thoughts and opinions are?
Wanna go to the public first?
See what
Yeah,
they
we
can
can do that.
say, see if there's any
Yeah.
positive or
Yeah.
negative adjustments.
We'll open the discussion on allowing tattoo parlors in town to the public. My right, your left. Second row, anyone want to discuss allowing tattoo
I
parlors?
have a general question. Do we have a tattoo parlor that's asking to come to town?
Come on up.
Sorry. Betty Brown, 11 Bud Street. I'm just curious if there is a tattoo parlor that's interested in coming here, why this is coming up.
There is currently an applicant for the planning board asking, inquiring for zoning ordinance changes to allow it, as it's not currently allowed. Yes.
In the Millrace Village.
Correct.
Anyone else in that row? Next row? Any thoughts on this? Questions? Back row?
Then Bruce Lopez from Mahoney Gardens. I think the tattoo part, I've got tattoo, would be amazing for the art. If, there's some, limits, that to be, a person license, not using on underage people, the tattoo part, I like, you can see, going on at the Middle Village, it's a work of art, recreation. That's my opinion.
So, to recap then, what you're saying is that if we allow it, there should be rules that apply to it for health and safety.
Yes.
And age limits, which are probably state laws.
State laws on that.
All of that, all right? So, I'm not reaching here where that would be automatic. We wouldn't have to create language to guide this tattoo parlor as far as health and safety. That would go through public, Burlington County Health Department of state, not even the county. Everything would go through the state. Okay. So that's your answer to that.
Yeah.
Everything, it's basically on the state level, they have to meet the requirements, safety, health and safety requirements, the state laws of what,
My last part is, if any, minor people, underage, they have to give you, current consent, or, consent from the Stockton state, if they want to allow, minors under 17.
I think we just
Yeah.
covered that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my opinion, thank you.
Okay. So you were in favor of it for it then?
Yes.
Hold on a second, Holmes. So you were in favor of it?
Yes, in favor of it.
Sorry, Holmes.
How you doing? Thank you. I just wanted to reiterate what I had said to you before, that I am one of the merchants who voted unanimously for the tattoo shop, and he did have all of those credentials that are required by the state and everything. He had them with him that evening. And I just think that this goes along with what we're doing as far as the governor has allowed microbreweries to start to come into New Jersey. Things are changing in our state, and if we want Mount Holly to become a destination where people come, we need to allow some of these new things to be here. Tattoos don't have the same taboo that they had once. They just don't have that anymore, and there's, sophisticated people that have tattoos. We might not see them, but there's people who seek out quality artistic work done in the form of tattoos. So I would encourage the council to consider an amendment to the Millrace ordinance that would allow it, that we could test it out in Millrace Village.
How, you're just in support of Millrace Village or the whole town?
Well, the Millrace ordinance doesn't specifically state tattoos, whereas the Mount Holly ordinance does. So it would be easier and quicker if we could just change the ordinance for Millrace Village to accommodate having a tattoo parlor. If that works out, obviously, all of Mount Holly should have an ordinance that resembles that. But it's hard, I know it's hard to get one ordinance done. I would rather see.
Two ordinances, because one addresses the township and the other Millrace Village.
Correct.
And you
This
can't
doesn't
adjust one
say
without
that-
adjusting the other one.
Right.
So you're saying that pretty much you do them both, doing them both together is the way then, or not?
I think you take this as specific, you have a specific ordinance designating that MRV area, asking for a specific thing. You address that one first.
Allowing the tattoos to be included in the et cetera portion.
And the reason for that, Steve, is to trial it, so to speak, in a contained area?
I would say
I don't want to
trial.
interrupt, but we were specifically addressed by council planning board stating that making modifications to the Millrace Village ordinance would then open up the account for use lawsuits, being the fact that you're allowing one zone, not the rest of the township. If anything, those ordinance should focus and point to the town ordinance, which we labeled of the allowance one or the other, which is one document for allowance in there.
My question legally, is if the applicant that came within just the past year to year and a half, would we be able to be sued if we just, because he was denied opening up a tattoo parlor outside of the Millrace Village, and we allow it, would he be able to sue the township? So I know there was an applicant that did come to the town, but he couldn't come through the planning board,
Yeah,
because
and
the
it's-
ordinance just stated there's no tattoos in town of Mount Holly.
Right. Well, it wasn't permitted back then. I mean, I think he could certainly come back now, after you made the amendments, if that's what you choose to do.
But if we only amend it to Millrace Village.
Right.
Not
We're
what
looking
tattoo
for
parlors
outside of
are.
Millrace
Yes.
Village?
Yes, but, I mean, if we only amend it to Millrace Village, are we gonna allow 4 or 5 tattoo parlors?
Right, well,
in one
that's
area?
what you have to open up to the whole area.
We would have
Right,
to-
so that's the specific question.
Right.
The specific question was, if we allow tattoo parlors only in Millrace Village, and an applicant comes in that wants to put a tattoo parlor outside the Millrace Village boundaries, if then they could sue us because there's an inconsistency between the two ordinances. They could sue.
You shouldn't have an inconsistency. But if you
Okay.
can make that and allow them to use just in that zone, I mean, that's kind of what we're doing, if I understand it correctly, what we're doing with the brewery.
Because what else in here is not allowed in other areas too?
So we have to do them together.
Right.
Which is what the legal advice was from my skip, right?
Correct.
So, how hard is it to do them both together? Is it gonna be more work than just doing the one?
The entire ordinance needs to look at, depends
It's
on
always doesn't state
why
that
do you
it's not allowed. The only one that states that it's not allowed is ours. But if we amend ours to allow it, theirs automatically, because it does not state, it does not allow it. Wouldn't it just be allowed then under our
I mean,
ordinance?
you can make an argument, I guess, either way, so.
I'm just looking at trying to amend two. We amend the one that says it does not.
Well, if the Millrace
The
Village.
Millrace says et
Yeah,
cetera,
Yeah,
so-
if the Millrace Village says it's
Yeah,
specific,
it's
ordinance says it's
But that's
specifically
not how-
prohibited, then in fact, the other ordinance is like holding it out.
The other thing was, we were also requested as planning board, with the council to make the ordinances, whether we make the amendment or not, allow for to keep the disallowance of tattoo colors, be more specific and detailed on what are the allowable and non-allowable uses in the zones. And they do have that meeting too, Holly, right? There's a presentation, and it's requested based on, the solicitor came in and default in front of us, that no matter what we do, we outline in more detail in the ordinances, and don't use things like et cetera, and specific. We're not going to allow adult entertainment or styles parlor, accessory parlor. They go specifically and not use the et cetera words, dot, dot, dot. It opens the door to.
Which is only in the case of the Millrace Village ordinance.
Correct.
So the Millrace Village ordinance needs to be tightened up a little bit, is what?
Well, there's a lot of ways about doing this. It was discussed possibly that we can sit down and look at the village ordinance and see, what's been great over the years. So we do interesting things. Village Village has become, a place to shop and to eat, and walk around, and it's becoming very much so a business district as far as that goes. Is there a necessity to keep a specific tailored ordinance for a specific zone in town? If they can incorporate it into a B1 district, but they can put it in there and make it one thing. And modify, there's a bunch of things going to go on with this, whether, if we're going to go through and actually look at the entire ordinance